Hello, everyone. I'm back from a small hiatus to talk about some things pertinent to the community and to myself. I don't plan on making this a series, though I do think it's important to catalog notes and other forums beyond Discord conversations and YouTube comment sections. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rizzo, my real name is Andrew, and I'm a 26-year-old married guy from North Carolina. Recently, I took a small break from Discord and wanted to explore some of the ideas and thoughts I've had that may be beneficial to myself at least, if not to the rest of the community. I ask that you please listen to the entire video before commenting or talking to me about it in Discord. Before I start talking about the topics at hand, I wanted to give a shout out to the talented and committed individuals helping me run my various ventures like the Draft League Coalition, Pokemon World Series, and of course the World Pokemon Federation. You guys are the reason I put in so much time and effort into the servers that we run together, and I appreciate your support and steadfast dedication as we progress through the years together. Thank you for being a friend. I've been running the WPF for 29 months now, and we're just starting our 8th season. I spent a good portion of that time honing in on what we, meaning the mods at the time, want the server to be, the culture we cultivate, and the people we surround ourselves with, when ultimately one idea persists. I want the WPF and its affiliated servers to be a place on the internet where individuals can explore the intricacies of Draft League content without the unfortunate side effect of, we'll call it, anonymous toxicity. We've got a long, sordid history of being put in uncomfortable situations, making decisions, and then being forced to learn from those decisions for better or for worse. Today, I think our community that we've built is definitely a testament to the idea that people, all 806 of you, I think it is right now, want to exist in a generally positive place where people are acceptant, tolerant of others, and intolerant of people who make light of the idea that we're all on Discord to have a good time, hang out with our friends, and play some Pokemon. And it really is as simple as that. It's no secret that I, more than most anyone I know in the community, get defensive when talking about any of the servers or individuals that I enjoy interacting with. Anyone who's said a negative thing about WPF or PWS knows that I get extremely hot under the collar, and it happens quickly. One of the realizations I've had over the past few days is that that's okay. I understand that I, like anyone else you may meet in a general chat, have inadequacies and things that I need to work on. I think something that we, as a community, need to have a conversation about is what can we do to make the people in our community want to actually express themselves. Being introspective and analyzing where we fall short as a community is important to point out from time to time so we can have a discussion about it. To build on this idea of acknowledging shortfalls within myself and the community, I'd like to provide a few examples and discuss them briefly. The idea of acceptable toxicity, quote unquote, to me means that an individual can say whatever they like and act however they wish in any server across the community so long as they are good at the game. There's this notion, especially in some servers, that frame themselves as a haven for experienced players looking for competition, where behavior that's purposefully hateful, disruptive, or inappropriate for a setting in which 13-year-old kids are present is acceptable to a degree so long as you are proficient at Draft League. Having a track record as a winning coach provides a suitable alibi for some individuals to get away with acting in a certain manner in whichever servers they reside because they're quote-unquote viable. I understand that my take and the WPF's culture is not representative of the entire community. However, I take issue with that thought that I, for example, have my experience called into question or deserve to be harassed because I don't have a super accomplished competitive background. Each server will have their own community and their temperament and how they choose to handle behavior such as that on a wide spectrum. And of course, I implore each league owner to moderate however they see fit within the rules and guidelines of Discord, but to also impress upon your members that conduct which may be acceptable in one league where slurs are acceptable and guys can act a certain way and do whatever may be acceptable in one area, but something that I think is evident to myself in a professional setting is that when I go out into the world and choose to act a certain way, it's not just Andrew who decided to roll up to the Food Lion and do whatever I want to the produce. It's larger than that. I'm representative of the organization that I represent, which, if you don't know, is the United States Army. It's never a headline in the newspaper that reads, Andrew urinates on oranges. It's United States Army soldier urinates on oranges. And I think that is something that, as league owners, we can sort of hone in on and develop a better comprehension for how to moderate individuals that take acceptable behavior in one server, but translate that to another in the name of your league. To link my last point to my next one, I think it's important that I briefly skim over a sequence of events. During the latter part of Week 3 in the Pokemon World Series, there was an argument about a ruling concerning a team's forfeit during one of those week's games. Myself and the mod team made a decision pertinent to the facts of the time and proceeded to run business as usual. Over the preceding 2 or 3 weeks, there were questions from some of the involved parties and friends of those involved over the legitimacy of the ruling, especially as pertained to how the ruling question was framed on the league document. Was the situation perfectly handled? Absolutely not. Will the situation be used as a vehicle to improve our moderation skills moving forward? Absolutely it will. This argument became so unproductive as neither side felt their voices were being heard and was continually dismissed, which resulted in 9 players across 3 teams leaving the tour. Something I think is important to note at this time is that I don't consider myself to be particular friends of this group, consisting of Itzia, Undeb, Pi, Halu, among others. However, at no point was any of the conversation or rule unfairly biased because of that fact. I do apologize if the reality ever seemed at odds with that sentiment. It definitely was not my intention. But the next point I'd like to bring up is how no one that I personally interact with chooses to run a tour in which certain people are purposefully disadvantaged or handicapped out of spite. Whether or not they believe me, I do not hold grudges towards the aforementioned individuals, as ultimately I do take responsibility for the inadequacies of the tour, as every league owner should. Saint hit the nail on the head in his last Saint Talks episode by highlighting that the person running the tour ensures general quality control for everyone participating as a coach, spectator, or otherwise. Additionally, though, I would like to add, everyone who chooses to be in the server owes it to themselves and the people trying to run and participate in a successful community event. They owe it to themselves to be a positively contributing member. There's no reason to be in a server if your intention is to be a negative presence to those around you. There's also no reason to purposefully include a misleading title of a YouTube video to boost views at the expense of someone else's public image. PWS didn't fail. It experienced a setback, just as every other team tour in existence has done. If we as a community are to progress to bigger and better things, I firmly believe that starts with treating everyone as a human being with feelings and a life outside of Discord. Not every team tour or league, server, gym challenge, or otherwise will be ran perfectly at all times. It's not reasonable to expect that of every person across Discord. Of course, it's important to point it out and have a discussion, which is what we're continuing to do now, or I'm continuing to do at the moment. But it's important that the conversation remain productive, because we don't get anywhere by calling each other names or clowning on each other or general sort of tomfoolery. Discord is, at the end of the day, a hobby that people dedicate a lot of time towards to the betterment of generally themselves and those they interact with. Besides my somewhat famous fiery temper, I have one other fault I think is important to address. I hate the idea of someone, somewhere, not liking me because of a situation I felt that I was in control of and not on the right side of. To those people who have judged me or my decisions in the past, I hope there's a way to reconcile so we as a community can continue to become more interconnected and prosper together, because I believe those two concepts coincide. I touched on this idea earlier, but I think I'll close with this last sentiment. I understand that the majority of people I interact with in the Discord community are relatively young individuals, guys, girls, and otherwise, ranging from 13 to 20 years old, or beyond, or even before in some cases. It's important for you to hear that introspection is a good, needed thing. Introspection is just the self-analysis of your own feelings, experiences, and what you have done in response to certain things that have happened to you throughout your life. I'm a grown man who made the conscious decision to transfer ownership of the 4 servers that I've spent the last up to 29 months building, cultivating, and grown to competent and trusted individuals on Sunday night because I was honest with myself. I had had a bad day, received bad news late in the evening, and turned to the support system I've availed myself of over the last 2 years to find ridicule and criticism. My experience has taught me that that is not a state of mind where I want to find myself making large, complex decisions. As a result, I narrowed my purview, left a bunch of League servers. Sorry guys, I'll be back soon. And removed my ability to make decisions that I would come to regret if I acted upon them. I know that it's important for me, after coming out of several admittedly quiet days of introspection, that I'm honest with myself and the community around me who cared for me in my absence. To the plethora of individuals who have pinged me, sent me encouraging messages, generally wished me well, I thank you guys for your thoughts and wishes. I'm not going anywhere, neither is the PWS, WPF, or any of the other servers I run anytime soon, because I thoroughly enjoy being a part of this community and all its inhabitants. To the people I've mentioned by name or referenced in this video, I sincerely hope that my words have not offended, as, again, that was not my intention. I'm illustrating how I feel, how the community can continue to grow and improve, and how everyone in it can choose to have a, hopefully, positive impact on that ultimate goal. So, I want to close it out by thanking you guys for your time, listening to my my remarks here, and I hope you have a pleasant rest of your night or day, whatever time it is where you are. Please let me know what you guys think, either in the comment section below or in Discord. I've got my friend DMs open, and my tag is Rizzo, RISSOUX, #0001. Thanks, bye.